Stand by to launch Fan Stream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans.
Welcome to Fan Stream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome in. Excuse me. How about that right off the top?
Starting with a bang.
There we go. Tuesday edition of the JP Peterson Show. We thank you guys so much for joining us. We were up late watching the Falcons try to choke away another 21-point lead. How nice of Joe Buck to kind of slide that in late in the game, too. The last time the Falcons lost a 21-point.
28-3, baby.
What a day. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, the Falcons win last night, shocking the world, beating the Rams. And now this winner-take-all game Saturday is no longer a winner-take-all game Saturday. That's absolutely perfectly apropos for the Bucs and the NFC South. Is that just not perfect? Happy holidays and good morning to you, Timm, IndyCarTim, and our Dallas affiliate, all snug in your warm studio there. How are you, partner?
Well, it's not very warm because our heater doesn't work, and it's a brisk 34 degrees outside right now.
Your heater doesn't work?
Yeah, we've never had heat in this suite, but I've never really needed it. You know, it doesn't get super cold outside, and I've got a space heater up front, but the problem is every time I've been using it this season, it trips the breaker in the building, and I don't know where it is, and it shuts everything off. Remember when I was having power issues and the power kept going off?
That was the reason?
Yeah, I found out it was my heater. It knocked out power like the whole floor.
Like when you turned it on and everything went dark, that wasn't a clue that maybe something was awry?
It wasn't immediate. It took it like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah. I may be dumb, but I ain't stupid.
All right. Sorry. I was just like, well, wonder why this is happening. This one thing leads to
every single time I'm cold, the power goes out.
I plug this thing in, the power goes out. Man, at the same time, somebody else is turning off the power every time I turn this thing off. Holy shit. How does that work?
Idiots.
So anyway, we're going to talk a lot of Bucs this morning. I know a lot of you, we did not get to read every one of the comments yesterday. We had hundreds of them on the Buccaneers on Bitchin' on Monday. So we will try to get to all of you today. Scott Reynolds unable to join us on his usual Tuesday because the entire script and media schedule has been flipped. So today is Todd Bowles and Baker Day, even though yesterday was a Todd Bowles Day. We'll talk about that here in a second. Some of the ridiculous things we heard yesterday.
Todd Bowles days may be numbered.
That's true.
Very many of those.
That's true. And I'm here to tell you this morning that any other outcome is patently ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's patently ridiculous.
And at the same time, though, did Raheem Morris save his job?
I think he did.
With the Falcons winning 3 in a row now?
Yeah, the Falcons in the last 4 games.
Because we've written him off.
I'm sorry, since week 10 in the NFC South. In the days of our lives of the NFC South.
Jeez,
the shittiest division in all of football. The Saints, 5-2 with Tyler Shook. I told you when we played the Saints and Tyler Shook came in and I watched him. This kid has got something.
Well, he started 19 years of college football, so he's got experience.
Yeah. Yes, and it's funny how that works when they move up to the NFL. Yeah. It's funny how that experience in college makes them a better professional quarterback. Shocking, I know, but a concept that is pretty well proven.
Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah. So
I mean, it didn't work for Chris Wenke, but you know.
Well, he didn't play 7 seasons. He only started for 2 years.
I know.
Was it 3 years? 3 years.
I had to get a dig in there.
Yeah, it was nice though. It was a good one. You mean the future FSU head coach, Chris Wenke?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So the Saints are 5-2. The Falcons are 4-4 since week 10. The Panthers are 3-4, and the Bucs are 1-7. And one of the bottom 2 teams will represent the NFC South in the playoffs with a home playoff game well earned. What is going on? Oh, you think the CFP playoff is effed up? How about this? You just don't expect to have such a crappy division. And it's been this way for quite some time. And that's kind of where I'm going on this rant this morning, my friend. Before I do, though, Timmy, since we haven't gotten your breakdown of the last very sad display of football as the Bucs go down to Miami to play a team that is clearly angling for a better draft pick, playing their third string quarterback in Quinn Ewers, who of course
the Dolphins' new starting quarterback next year.
Their new starting quarterback, who is now the latest rookie in his second start to beat the Buccaneers and do something exceptional, like throw 2 touchdown passes in the first half. Nobody's done that as a rookie since Dan Marino. Of course, it always happens against a Bulls defense.
Yeah.
It's just they're ridiculous.
And I mentioned this a month ago. I heard you and Nick talking yesterday, and I had some comments. I was going to leave it alone. Monday's a Nick day.
You're always welcome, my friend. You're always welcome.
But I said it a month ago. This team has quit. This team is playing like it's quit.
Oh God, yes.
This team doesn't care about anything. They're not playing. They're not even playing for pride. Like the Dolphins weren't even trying to play for pride. The Dolphins weren't trying to win, and they couldn't get out of their own way to win. Like they couldn't sabotage themselves hard enough to beat the Buccaneers. And once again, the body language on the sideline, the body language on the field of the Bucs players, they've lost all will to play the game. Like, they just don't crap and care. Yeah. And I never thought I would have seen this from guys like Mike Evans, from guys like Bucky Irving. I don't know what the crap has happened to Bucky Irving. That dude has checked out, and I don't know if he's still hurt or if he's still dealing with his emotional trauma from being hurt that we discussed earlier in the season.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, man, he has checked out. And all the hate, I'm seeing a lot of hate and a lot of support for Baker, okay? I'm not out on Baker. You can't throw away 2.5 years of the body of work that he's provided for the last half season that he's by the way, he has absolutely sucked. There's no way of getting around it.
No.
But how good will you look as a quarterback, JP, when, number one, you're still playing behind a struggling offensive line. Number two, you're injured physically. You can't move around. You can't make throws that you're used to making. But number three, something that everyone has failed to talk about with Baker is the fact that all chemistry between him and the wide receivers is gone. He has no chemistry with Ibuka. He has no chemistry with Evans. He has no chemistry with anybody that needs to catch the ball, because right now he doesn't trust any of them, because none of them are running crisp routes. Half of them aren't where he thinks they're going to be when he releases the ball. So, dude, he has zero confidence in his throws and in his game, and it shows. I don't blame Baker for that. That is a team issue. That is an offense issue. And I didn't want to do this, but I can't help myself, JP. I am throwing Josh Grizzard under the bus for this entire season offensively. The more I've thought about it, and I didn't want to do this because he's a first-year coordinator, he should have help on the team. There should be senior members of the offensive staff that should be able to help him and hold his hand, like I'm sure guys did for Dave Canales, like I'm sure guys did for Liam Cohen. Yeah, to help him through some of these. Dude, there is nobody on that staff that can help him, and it's not necessarily his fault. He might just suck as an OC. All right, and now we know. Yeah. But, dude, this offense has buried this team this year. And, look at the Cowboys. It always goes back to the Cowboys, I know. Dude, their defense has been historically bad this year. But when their offense was humming, you could still win a game. You'd have to win it 38-34, but the offense could still carry the defense. And, the Cowboys aren't in the playoffs, and they got about the same record as the Bucs. But if Baker Mayfield is humming, if that offense is humming like it has the last couple of years under Baker, the defensive problems would not have been as apparent, and it wouldn't you wouldn't be 1-7 in your last 8 games. But, dude, it has all collapsed. Ultimately, you blame Todd Bowles, and I don't understand these national guys. I've listened to national radio, and this is why I don't listen to national radio, because they don't know anything about anything with the teams locally. But everybody is talking about how Todd Bowles' job is safe. because of his record in the NFC South. Like, there's no context.
Which
He's
is
won
ridiculous.
three straight division titles. You can't fire that guy. Have you watched them play in that division? It just makes me angry. Can you tell I'm getting angry talking about this?
I can tell you're getting yeah. Yeah, well, listen, and for good reason. And listen, there's a lot of blame to go around, And first, let's recognize the obvious. After last night, the Falcons beating the Rams. Now, if the Bucs win on Saturday, they still have to wait till the next day to see if the Saints and Tyler Shuck, who've obviously been playing great football, can beat the Falcons, who are also on a roll. And the question is, do the Saints even want to win? Do the Saints want to do the Bucs a favor? I mean, they probably don't want to do the Carolina Panthers a favor either. I get that. So they'll go out and play the game, and I'm sure it'll be a much better played game than the Buccaneers and the Panthers.
Well, I'll tell you who wants to win that game. Tyler Shuck wants to win that game.
Yep.
Ellen Moore wants to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
As the lovely Miss Benson referred to him at the opening press conference when they hired him, Ellen Moore. Yeah. Those guys want to win. They're not gonna fold, especially with the track record they've had this back half of the season. Yeah. They've shown something, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a season that, first of all, do I expect the Bucs to win on Saturday? Hell no. Yeah, they can't beat anybody. I said this weeks ago. They can't beat anybody.
Yeah.
Because to your point, Tim, and I was watching the All 22 again last night, and it's comical. It's comical how wide open guys are for the other team. It's comical how crappy the routes are that the Bucs are running. I mean, I see guys running routes out routes into the end zone completely half-assed. Yeah. They're not sticking their foot in the ground and trying to get separation, especially Mike Evans. I hate to say this, but Mike is checked out.
Yeah.
Mike's body language last week was the worst I've ever seen it in quite some time. And that said something. When you got guys like Lavonte David
himself into retirement after this year.
Yeah. When you got guys like Mike Evans and Lavonte David, like I don't even say taking plays off. They're just disgusted. I don't blame them. They're disgusted at what they see. And if you think Mike Evans is coming back for this shit show, no way. No freaking way. He is, and this is just my opinion now. This is right now, he has the look and the body language of a guy that is like, no, I'll try to be a good soldier here and say the right things. But what his body language tells you on the field is he's disgusted with this group. And Todd Bowles is disgusted with the group. And I don't blame him, but it's his own fault.
Yeah.
It's his own fault.
Todd Bowles looks like he's just lost. Like he doesn't know what to do.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago, didn't we, Timmy, about the whole capitulation on kickoffs? We're just going to kick it into the end zone because we can't cover kickoffs.
Yep.
And I think, and it's just, it's only part of the game, and it's just, it's a smaller part of the game. I get it. But the message that sends, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, the message that sends to your team is like, hey, I'm not going to fire the special teams coach because he's my buddy. I'm not going to do like the Rams did and fire the special teams coach. And not only that, I'm not going to capitulate that we suck on special teams. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fire my special teams coach. You know what he's going to do? He's going to say, hey, Jared Verse, Pro Bowler, All Pro, I need you on kick block. What? Yeah, I need you on kick block. Okay. All right. I'll do that, coach. Yeah, I want to win. Yeah. Let's not just capitulate and say we suck at it. How about we say, let's get better. Let's get better at something. Let's just not say, we can't cover kicks. Kick it in the end zone. I don't want the ball at the 50. What? No, you fire somebody's ass, and then you tell your players, you guys want to win? You want to be good? You want to be great? I need some starters on special teams because or we can't, we're not good enough to select players at the bottom of the roster who can play special teams. So we suck at that, and we suck at covering. So instead of trying to get better and doing things to make yourself more competitive, we're going to capitulate, give them the ball at the 35, and make sure that the special teams coach is nice and cozy. What? If I was Mike Evans, I'd go, what are we doing? And I'd look straight at Todd Bowles and say, what are we doing? Tyke Smith, who's your best defensive player, made some boneheaded plays. He got benched. Wow. Now we're benching guys. There's a lots of candidates here, Coach.
In week
and
17.
I'm glad you finally did it. But, Lord, turn on the tape. Number 5 hasn't been a full steam rep in I don't know how long. And I'm not sure 8 can actually do one. These guys are so checked out. You got old 37-year-old Pops, JPP out there trying to run around and he's falling all over himself. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. To allow this to go on is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And this is not personal against Todd Bowles. But he's the leader. He's the one who sets the tone. Look across the landscape at the good coaches and the tones that they're setting. Sean McVay's like, yeah, that's not good enough. Get the hell out of here. And let's start. You know what? We suck at special team starters. You're playing special teams. That's a coach that wants to win and will do what it takes to win, not be your best buddy. This is what this Bowles culture is. You win, take off till Wednesday. Have the week off. Yeah, we could definitely use some time in the building, but nah, everybody take the week off. I've never seen a team get so much time off.
Kumbaya.
Practices are cut short, walkthroughs. And this is Todd Bowles' record as a head coach. 10-6 in his first year at the Jets. Nice job. Second in the AFC. Followed by 5-11, 5-11, 4-12. But now he's after an exhaustive coaching search, after being given the job, he goes 8-9, but wins the NFC South. Woo! Loses to the Dallas in the NFC wildcard game in a blowout. 2023, 9-8. Hey, 9-8. First in the NFC South. Go up to Detroit. Play a good game. That was nice. And won the playoff game against the Eagles, who had completely melted down by that point. What did they lost? Like 8 in a row, 6 or 7 in a row? Yeah. Complete meltdown. And then 2024, you go 10-7. Nice. But lose to Washington at home to a rookie quarterback in a game where you got completely outcoached, outmanaged, not even close. Great job. And now you sit 7-9, having lost 7 of 8 games down the stretch. That is a epic collapse. And folks, losing streaks are such an indictment on coaches, because what they say is you lose a game. Okay, what did we do wrong? Let's get better. The Bucs getting better? No, they're getting worse. They're getting worse as the season goes along. A lot worse. And now you look at the defensive ranks in the last half of the season, almost dead last in every single category. What's the fix, Coach? Well, I don't know. We've done all we can as coaches. It's on the players. What? That's crazy. The fix? Yeah, we've done all I can. They're not playing it right. They're miscommunicating. Whose fault is that?
It's so crazy hearing that.
You're blaming the players, but actually you're blaming yourself. You're blaming yourself. And the press conference yesterday was very, short answers by Todd. I was going to play it this morning, but I'm like, what's the point? It's a bunch of short answers and a bunch of nothing. And frankly, what is he going to say? We suck. And there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Like your coach literally said, there's nothing I can do about it. It's up to the players. I mean, I've never seen a coach say that, to be quite honest. I've never seen a coach say that.
Not me neither.
In all my years. And there's, on social media, you go around. I saw Charles Woodson, a bunch of others are just like, the Bucs are cooked. And Todd Bowles has no answers. And he was laughing about the fact that the coach said, I got it's all on the players. I mean, that's insane. How the Glazers can look at this situation and say, and I know injuries and all this, but there's no fight in this team and there's no fight in this coach. Yeah, you can go to even when you go to the podium and let loose a few expletives, it's like you're not even mad. You're just kind of, I'm just going to drop a few F-bombs and see if it moves.
Make it look like I'm mad. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is checked out. There's no fire there that I can see. And I love Todd as a man. He's fantastic. And yeah, I sat at this mic last year and said about this time and said, yeah, or it was a little bit earlier in the season during at the end of the swoon, the midseason swoon, and said, yeah, Liam Cohen's the guy. And if I were the Glazers, I would keep Liam Cohen and say goodbye to Todd Bowles. And if you don't do it before the end of the season, somebody else is going to get him. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I thought Todd Light would be I thought Jason Light would be able to hang on to him. Great. Yeah, I thought he would be able to hang on to him. And I really didn't think that when it came down to it, that they would let him walk and keep Todd Bowles. And I think, frankly, that was the plan. And that's why Jason was so pissed that he got ghosted. Because I think his plan was to, if it came to it, to let Todd retire gracefully and elevate Liam Cohen.
Yeah, I don't think they let Liam Cohen go like willingly. Like we know that.
No,
yeah.
That's why he was so mad.
Yeah,
he wanted a chance to counteroffer and he never got it. Brilliant job by Shad Khan. I mean, he overpaid ridiculously. He ridiculously overpaid. I laughed at him. I'm like, you just gave $60 million guaranteed to a guy that's never been a head coach. Never been a head coach.
Had been a coordinator 1 year.
1 year. 1 year. I mean, I was. What are you, crazy? This is why the Jags are bad. Well, joke's on me.
You think he cares about that right now? And they're 12-4, and they have a chance for the number one seed in the AFC.
He made a Malcolm Glazer-like move. That's what he did. He made a Malcolm Glazer, John Gruden, $8 million, 2 1s, 2 2s, middle of the night, ridiculous gamble on a coach. Now, Liam hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, and you're going to need him to win a Super Bowl to get the payoff on this investment. But it sure looks good right now.
Man, see, I don't think you do need a Super Bowl. I think if you just have playoff appearances, because the standard in Jacksonville is not what it is in other places.
That's true.
If you
can get to a couple NFC championship games and win, continue to win and give people hope so they buy those new suites in the new stadium.
That's all that matters.
All that matters. Yeah. You are correct on that. You are correct on that. But you got to continue to win. You got to continue to win. But I mean, he's 34-33 as the Tampa Bay coach. The NFC South divisional record in the last 3 games versus the rest of the league is pathetic. And within the division, they're 37-30. This was as of last week. And the last 3 years, the division was 37-37 against each other. So are the Bucs really the king of the NFC South?
Miserable.
No, by margins. Get rid of the fact that this has been historically the worst division, because the only reason you're giving Todd Bowles credit is because he won the division. But the only reason he won the division is because the division's been so shitty.
Okay, now
if he coached in any other division, he wouldn't have any titles and maybe one playoff at 10-7. Maybe.
I'm not the biggest, I'm not a math major. My Aggie and the Colony High School education probably failed me. But wouldn't every division playing against each other be 500 in every season? Because you're playing each other? Or am I missing something here?
I guess that's true, yes. Because they're winning.
Because they're playing each other. So
yeah, I guess what was the Bucs record against the division.
The Bucs record against the division.
The division is at 5. I got to go back and check that, but you're absolutely correct. My idiot ass. Yes.
Well, no, I mean, if it's the Bucs against then that's still suck.
Which is also at 500. If I'm not mistaken, it's also at 500.
That's telling right there.
Yeah. That was the stat that I wanted to show up there. Here's this just came in. Steve Mike said Ian Rappaport said Bowles is not on the hot seat. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw that. But when you watch the report, it's like he's got a contract extension. He's won the NFC South. He's not doing any reporting on that. He's just basically reading the outside basic tea leaves and thinking that's the case. But obviously the Glazers have fired coaches that have won division titles and Super Bowls. Yeah. So, I mean, let's be honest about that.
And let's also be honest that Ian Rappaport has not gotten everything right when it comes to coaching situations.
Now, I will say this. Ronde Barber said on his show, and he's obviously very close with the owners, that he doesn't think Todd Bowles is on a hot seat. And Ronde would know. Ronde would know. And this was as of last week. So things will change. Things can change. I mean, losing to the Dolphins in that
surprises me that Ronde, with inside information, would come out and share that, like confidently share that, well, and I know he's not saying, I've been told Bowles is not on. I mean, I know he's not saying that, but that kind of surprises me that he would even offer that up, knowing the situation.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not questioning his validity of that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just questioning the Glazers. If you're sitting here and thinking that this is okay with the family, I've covered this team for 30 years. I've seen some bad football, and I've seen some vitriol at head coaches. And again, this is not personal against Todd. It's just the way he coaches this team. It's maddening. And people are done. The fans are done. I've never seen a fan base so apoplectic about a coach. And we've seen him, Mike, we've seen Schiano. I mean,
Greg Schiano.
Raheem Morris lost 10 in a row, but we loved him. He's such a great dude. We all like, dang, man, and we really wish you, and the same for Todd, but, and there was a lot of vitriol at the way Raheem coached the team too. And Schiano, a lot of vitriol about the way Schiano coaches, and Lovey. I mean, but this seems to me to be different. This is at another level because it's so bad. And the fact that you beat the Seattle Seahawks with these players. You beat the 49ers with these players. I mean.
Well, and look at it from a front office standpoint, all right, above Todd's pay grade. If you're trying to improve this team next year, because obviously you're going to say this year was not good enough, obviously. We got to do better. We're going to go get some free agents to come in here. What free agents are going to want to come here with Todd Bowles here with the mess that this team just went through and did not make a change at head coach? Players see this stuff too. All right, they don't have to be fans to understand what's going on in the organization. That's one of the things players look at. All right, well, I want to go to the best situation. I want to go to a franchise that's on the rise. The Jaguars. I'm not going to go to a team that collapsed the last half of the season and then brought back the entire coaching staff. And everything's the same. Why would I do that?
Nobody wants to be here.
It can handcuff the organization.
Not even the guys that are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just untenable. And I asked this question yesterday of any of you guys who were season ticket holders. Are you going to renew your tickets? And most of them said, we already had to renew. They had to renew mid-season. But even, I think it was Michael LaRue said, we've been season ticket holders since 1977. And if they don't fire Bowles, we're going to try to get every penny back for this in the upcoming year. They've been season ticket holders since 1977. Almost the birth of the franchise. I mean, that's how pissed off people are. And this is another sentiment that is growing. Bucs Skull Gang in-house says Jason Light must go.
I don't know if I'm there yet. Although he holds a lot of responsibility for this.
I think he's earned more time.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's earned more time. And is he responsible for this collapse? Yeah. He did nothing at the deadline. And maybe he did that because he knows how bad this team is and how much they need the resources to rebuild. And I think that's probably the case. I'm just going to say this. I don't know this as a fact, but I know this. Well, last year, I could tell you this: the Glazers, Jason Light, the organization in general felt like that roster underachieved last year. Like that should have been a team that made it at least to the NFC second round or NFC championship game. Losing at home to Washington was underachieving with the roster you had last year. And I agree with that. Now, what did you do in the offseason? I thought this was a Super Bowl roster. I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite. I really did. And a lot of that was based on the offensive line. And the offensive line has been in shambles all year long. Yeah, injuries depleted this team drastically, and then they crushed the offensive line, which was a strength of your team. Your offense was the strength of your team, clearly. You were scoring. You were fourth in the league in scoring. That was what was going to carry you. So then you lose your OC, you're going to take a step back. But you still have a good roster, especially, I thought, one of the top 5 offensive lines in football, which made you a top 4 rushing team, which set up your passing game, your play-action passing game, and you had great receivers. It was a juggernaut of an offense, no question about it. But then you lose your receiver, your best receiver that changes the way team plays you and plays in Mike Evans, and you have never had your entire starting line the entire season. Most games you've played 2 and 3 starters down. Most games. How good did the Los Angeles Rams offense look last night without 2 starters on the offensive line? Not good. Not good at all. Losing offensive linemen will gut your team. And losing good offensive linemen will really gut your team. And the Bucs have not played with a full offensive line all year long. And it's gotten Baker beat up. And when Baker gets beat up, he can't play Super Baker. And when we don't have Super Baker, we don't win. Ergo, offensive line crushed you. And I'm here to tell you, Dan Feeney and Michael Jordan will not be playing in the NFL next year. Neither one of them. But yet we keep putting them out there. You're going to tell me Elijah Klein and Luke Haggard aren't better? I don't care. These 2 guys can't play. They cannot play. And you keep them in there. You bench Tyke Smith and these 2 jamokes keep playing? Wow. Then Elijah Klein and Luke Haggard are awful. Then they don't belong in the league either. And that's on Jason Light. Like, nobody has depth on the offensive line in this league. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. But that was a tremendous drawback. And you let Haney go to Carolina. And he didn't make much money, and you just let him go. And he was a very important piece. He could have been playing guard for you this year and being really good. Instead, he's playing. I believe he's a starting center in Carolina. Now, that was a miss by Jason Light. That was a miss. I said earlier in the league, listen, maybe they like Hecht better than some of the other guys. Charlie Hecht sucks. Every offensive lineman that they brought in here sucks. That's a miss. That's a miss. I mean, he was just supposed to be a swing tackle, but he can't play. He cannot play. Oh,
Charlie.
Jordan can't play, and Feeney can't play.
God.
Yeah, that Greg said, yeah, Jacksonville, not Carolina. Yeah. I'm messing up my former Bucs coaches.
Yeah, because guess who saw something in him? Liam Cohen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And again, look, I will stand by my statement. I don't want Liam Cohen anywhere near my organization after what I saw over the offseason. Coaching skills be damned. I'm done with him.
Oh, that rat bastard.
And I don't think he'll ever win
$12 million a year. I hate him.
You know who Liam Cohen's going to be? Dan Quinn. He's going to be a good coordinator, decent head coach, but he'll never win anything.
Okay. We'll see.
You know what? Because bad guys don't win.
The odds are you're right because it's hard to win a Super Bowl. But we'll see if he's
smart.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like only one out of 32 winning it. I can do that
every year. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, to me, Rondé's probably right. But I would hope that last week changed the Glazers' mind. and whatever takes place on Saturday, and I don't see how you can predict it's going to be good. I mean, that game against the Dolphins, we're non-competitive.
So bad.
And that's the Dolphins. I shouldn't say non-competitive. Look, it's a 3-point game, but you were down 2 scores most of the second half. You couldn't move the ball. You're throwing interceptions. You're getting sacked fumbles in critical moments. This is a terrible football team right now. And you're supposed to get better if you have a good coaching staff as the season goes along. Even with injuries, you're supposed to get better if you have a good coaching staff. Yeah. Make adjustments week to week. The other teams are watching your tape and taking advantage of your weaknesses that you can't fix. That's bad coaching. You got to be able to figure that out. But just like it comes back to the kickoff coverage, what's the message that you're sending? We give up. Everything about the Bulls regime to me is soft. Practices are soft. The schedule is soft. I think we saw it. At every point, he wants to give players time off, rest them, constantly deferring to the play. There's not a sense of, we got to get better. We got to get better. We got to get in here. Let's go. Sense of urgency. Let's go. Let's don't just capitulate on the kickoff. Let's get a better coach in here. Let's get better players. Let's go. Let's don't just rush forward and sit back in zone when we get a 2-score lead. Let's go. Let's step on their effing throat. Let's freaking go. No. Okay, we got a 2-score lead. Time to rush forward and sit back in that zone and just let them come to us. I need some porn music for this. Yeah, baby. We got 2-score lead up. We just going to sit back and go for the easy ride. Just win this football game. And not quite what I was looking for, but it works. Yeah, baby. We're just we're on cruise control. Let's go. We'll just let them take their time getting down. Oh, damn. That was a chunk play. Ooh, nah, we're good. Let's just sit back in this soft zone. It's nice and cushy. Yeah. Oh, damn, that's another chunk play. Oh, there, gum. That's not good at all. Well, don't worry, we'll get them in the red zone. Oh, wow, that's quick. They just went right down the field. That was 4 minutes. Damn, it's a 1-score game again. Oh, well. That didn't work. We'll try it again when we get up 2 scores. Man, wow. I mean, isn't that what it feels like? Does it ever feel like, we're up 2 scores? Let's send the house and break this rookie quarterback in 2. Let's give him a little something. I'm
going to make a proclamation, JP.
Nah.
I'm going to make a proclamation here on the
Proclaim,
airwaves.
my friend.
I am appealing to. This is for all 18,000 people who are going to show up for the game on this weekend. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I know they've just announced. Is it Saturday? They're playing Sunday or Saturday. Right?
No, they're playing Saturday at 4:25.
So all 18,000 people that are going to show up at Ray J for this game, I beg you, bring the paper sack and wear it on your head, okay? Show ownership, show everybody on the sideline, show the players how embarrassed you are as a fan base over what's gone on this season, because you can help make a change by wearing the paper sack. Do it. Look, as a Saints fan in the 70s and 80s, I had a lot of practice wearing a paper sack on my head at the Superdome, okay?
Yeah.
So it works. I mean, it took 40 years for the Saints to finally win a Super Bowl, but hey, eventually it works. Everybody wear a damn bag on your head.
Well, I would normally not condone such activity because they still have a chance to get in the playoffs.
Oh, no, they don't.
But even if they get in, what does it matter? It's just another embarrassment. But I would normally not condone that. But given the reports by trusted sources that the Glazers are not considering making a move, well, maybe more of a message needs to be sent from the fan base. I don't know what more message they can send. I know they watch this show. I know they watch other shows. They listen to what the fans are saying. The Glazers are not stupid. They know exactly what's going on. And they're not happy either. I know that. The Glazers are not happy with this crap.
God.
But I still think there's a hesitancy to pull the trigger. And I don't understand why. Todd will have a wonderful golden parachute and lots of money to retire and have a great team. If you sit here and allow this mediocrity for another season, listen, other teams have gone 8-9 and 9-8, and their coaches haven't been fired. I get all that. But normally it's because that coach has won a Super Bowl or won or made an NFC championship game run.
Or they had 4 wins the year before, and it's an improvement.
Right. There's something to fall back on. What do you fall back on with Todd Bowles? What has he done that you say, oh, yeah, he can get back to that? Oh, wait.
But
what
wait.
is it?
Back to
we
what?
won one playoff game against a checked-out Eagles team?
He's never been there. They have won in spite of Todd Bowles all of these years. That's my thought on it. You've never dominated a piss-poor division since you've been there, and you've clearly had the best roster in the division several times.
Yeah.
And you haven't been able to handle up business. Yes, you won 3 in a row, but context. If being 500 is what you aspire to as an organization, I'm not interested. As a player, as an assistant coach, as a fan, I'd say as a journalist, but we're pledged to report regardless of what the crap is. Nathan,
we don't have a choice. We have to go.
He made a good point here.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a paper sack.
And I'm here to tell you, this organization is not about being 500. The Glazers are not about being 500.
Sure looks like it. Looks like they're okay with it. They spend a lot of money.
They spend a lot of money. They expect excellence. And listen, you can not have a great record and still be in search of excellence. Capitulating is not search of excellence. The way this team is run and coached and managed, and that starts with Todd Bowles. Well, it starts with the Glazers, actually. And if this is what you're okay with this, I would suggest this is not. It's not the Bucs legacy that I've seen. You could point to the bad Bucs years. I get all that. But this Glazer organization, especially in the last 8 years, 8 to 10 years, has been all in from a monetary standpoint, and they've been good, and they've been winning. But this is not, it's gotten to a point now where it's just, this is not sustainable for the fan base. It's not. You can't do this. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side.
Real quick before the break, I want everybody to contemplate this. How long before we hear the announcement that the Glazers are attempting to facilitate a trade for Sean McVay? You on that?
What wouldn't we give up for that? 2 1s, 2 2s, and $8 million?
In the history of Tom Brady.
Okay. Boy, coaching matters more than ever, doesn't it? Wow. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVESLawGroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. If you've been involved in an accident, you got to make that your first call to Jeeves Law Group. Make sure you do it within 14 days, and make sure that you call the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVESLawGroup.com, non-attorney spokesman, offices Tampa and St. Pete. And the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. They've got a few more days left of this ridiculous sale. Actually, 2 days left. You can go there and get your first 3 payments paid. Actually, your first 4 payments paid. And that'll give you 120 days without payments. I did math. So Genesis of Tampa, and there's still 2 more days of giving away a shopping spree as well. Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears. Great folks in the community and a great place to buy a car, and tremendous cars, by the way. The value is off the chain. Genesis of Tampa. Back in 3 with your comments. Stay with us. At Genesis of Tampa, they got some serious ho going on this Christmas. It's the Miracle Holiday Sales Event and their 30 days of giving. First, for any new vehicle in the month of December sold, first payment will be deferred 90 days, and then the dealership will make the first payment up to $500. That can save you a lot of cash. that you can use for Christmas shopping. And every day in December, they're giving away a $500 shopping spree. All you got to do is have your car appraised, and you get an entry into the daily drawing for the $500 shopping spree. And every weekend day in December, customers simply need to stop by the dealership, scan the QR code, and they get an entry into the $500 shopping spree contest. No purchase necessary. Test drive a vehicle, and we will 10x your entry into the shopping spree. Christmas and New Year's Eve, each holiday, if a customer books a test drive for the specified day, they will receive a themed t-shirt, limited edition, as well as an additional $250 off the purchase price. Bottom line is, get your butt and your sleigh down to Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off 275. It's going to be a big Christmas at Genesis of Tampa. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years, where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by The great folks at Riveters. Riveters is the place to go for New Year's Eve. You're looking for a New Year's Eve party? Don't want to break the bank? You're looking for some place that's casual and cool and fun? They're going to have tons of shot specials going on, tons of bar specials going on. Everything you need is at Riveters. They got a DJ. It's going to be super fun. So if you're looking for that, you don't want to get all dressed up in a tuxedo and a long gown. Who wants to do that, really?
I ain't wearing no gown.
Exactly. Going over to Riveters, Tampa, and have a great time. It's always a great time at Riveters. And if you're heading to the game, by the way, on Saturday at 4:25. Wow. Nothing says playoff football in the NFL. Head on over to Riveters for pregame. Pregame it there. You can park for free. Pregame there. Get your $3 domestics, $5 wells, and then head on up. So you don't have to pay $20 for a beer at the stadium. Or at least not as many. That's the plan, right? That is the plan. All right. You want to go from the top or work backwards? What do you say today, Timmy? What do you want to do? Wow, lots of comments coming in. Love you guys.
Let's go from the bottom up. Let's get those most recent ones in there.
Okay. Yeah, we don't always do that, and then we kind of miss out on really topical stuff. So thank you guys for jumping in early, but we'll do this. Revisionary Enterprises says Atlanta fans are not crazy about him, though. Talking about Raheem. No, they're not
at all.
Listen, that's it. But we said this from the very beginning. At least I did. The Falcons are a super talented team. Bijan Robinson is the best player in football.
Maybe the best offensive player. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think. Yeah, Myles Garrett might be the best player in football. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Bijan Robinson is freaking unstoppable. Just ask Servassier Dennis. Michael LaRue, good morning to you, says the Glazers love home playoff games because they keep all that money and don't share it with the league. Is that true? You get to keep all I don't think you get to keep all that money.
I'm unaware of that, if that's true.
I think that's league money. Now, you get to keep the majority of the gate, and it's an extra gate, which is significant. I think that each gate, we did the math one time, and I think 8 to 10 million sticks in my head for some reason. That's a nice gate, just in ticket sales. But then, you throw it. They have over 200 suites in Raymond James Stadium, and they have the Hall of Fame Club, the East and West Club. I mean, they sell a lot of in game too.
Well, they have Super Bowls there.
Yeah. So, each home games. Maybe I'll see if we could do some research on that and find out. But I think it just sticks in my mind as like 8 to 10 million. That may be just regular season. Aviation 1436 says the Buccaneers linebacker play sets back their whole defense drastically. I would agree with that. Bijan and Derrick Henry, when they leave him in the game, those two, they don't get enough touches in my mind either. Finally started to give Derrick Henry some touches, and look what happened.
So JP, what I'm seeing on from our friends at Sportico is that the NFL collects almost all ticket revenue from playoff games and simply provides a stipend for home and away teams that cover the cost for travel and stadium operations.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, they own everything in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. And then that money gets divided up.
Yeah.
I didn't know they took all the gate revenue though.
It just says they hand out whatever they think covers the team's costs, the visiting team travel and then the cost of stadium operations for the home team.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I did not know that. All right, let's see what else. But the only problem with go backwards is when they comment on other stuff that's previous, it doesn't make sense.
That's true.
Jason Light was on the hot seat, says Nathan Elliott, prior to landing Tom Brady and winning the Super Bowl. He has managed the salary cap with mixed results, and we are feeling the pain of the Super Bowl price tag. Well,
Nathan's not a Jason Light fan, by the way.
Yeah, Nathan? Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, Nathan's not a Jason Light fan.
Yeah, I would say that he managed the salary cap brilliantly. To be able to win division titles, even though they are tainted, or I don't know if tainted is the word, but just in context. But just to stay relevant and make the playoffs after a Super Bowl run, especially when you went all in like that, is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. And I'm here to say, with a better coach, that this team would be in a better position. And I think if I'm Jason Light, I look at what I've done, and I say I've done a pretty good job, but I'm not happy with the way this team has been coached and managed. That's just my opinion. not saying that he doesn't, but I don't see how he can sit here and look at the way this team is coached and go and feel good about. Like, I would say, man, you're not using these players the way they should be used. That would be my thought if I were him. Joel Forsland says Bijan is definitely the best offensive player. That run last night, boy, they did like a freeze frame when he was behind the line, and it's like that play's not going anywhere. It's like, yeah, that play's not going anywhere. 93 yards later, he's in the end zone.
God, what a run!
That's what Bucky used to do.
Did you see that offensive line blocking for him on that play? I mean, it only took like 2 blocks, but
yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but it was good enough for him.
For him, it's a hole, man. He just needs a sliver.
Michael LaRue says, I get some fans wanting to lose for the better pick and guarantee bowls is gone, but this franchise has only made the playoffs 14 times in 50 years. The championship banners don't have results on them. Listen, I don't think anybody's rooting for them to lose. I don't think I should say anybody. There's a few people, I'm sure. I'm not one of them, because the longer we get to talk about Bucs football, the better. I mean, it's good for business. So are coaching searches. But, yeah. Never had a chance. 05 says Atlanta is a talented team. Raheem doesn't call the D. Yeah, he's a walk-around coach for the most part. Listen, I like Raheem. I don't think he's done a great job there. I think that's fair to say. I think that roster is way more talented than the number of wins they have. And it's interesting. Monday Night Football, I haven't seen Atlanta play that inspired in quite some time.
Yeah.
And I would say on the players, so if you're Sunday at 1, it's just a half-ass effort, but if the nation's watching, you're going to play harder. I don't think that's coaching. Richard Almarico says this is really more of the same under Bowles. He's not a good coach. There's no deception on either side of the ball. I believe a team plays as it practices, but this more of the same over and over is ridiculous. I hope the organization makes changes. Yeah. Andre Alday 20 says Falcons got swept by the Pants. The Saints, I think you meant. And they went out. The Pants will win the NFC. Ouch. You can't make this up. Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, look, the Falcons, I guess, hold the Bucs' destiny as much as the Saints do.
Is he talking about the Saints or the Panthers?
I don't know what he's talking about there. Sorry, I missed your I think, he's talking about Panthers. Yeah. Yeah, it's such an upside down division. Nobody deserves to go to the playoffs. Let's just be honest.
Right. Again, eliminate freaking divisions getting automatic berths. Just take the top, 7 teams. However you want to do it. Top 7 teams, regardless of division.
That seems kind of obvious. How they used
to do it in the NHL, man. It was great. The NHL used to do that. They didn't care what division you were. I mean, they only had 2 back then, like in the 80s. But, it was the top, 8 at the time teams from each conference by points. And then they had tiebreakers. They didn't care what division you were in. It was great.
Never had a chance. 05 says Light hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler in 5 years, and people act like he's untouchable. It's a good point. It's a good point. I don't know if that's accurate, though, to be quite honest. No, that wouldn't be accurate. Tristan, how long ago was that? Tristan's more than 5 years. You might be right on that. I have to go check that. But listen, I think Jason has some blind spots. He's been working. This is another thing. When you go to the playoffs, obviously you're drafting in the 20s. And it's harder to find impact players in the first round in the 20s than it is, when you're drafting in the top 10 like Atlanta's been doing for 10 years. So let's keep that in mind. I think in general, this is a really, really, to start the season, it was a really, really good roster. And it got decimated pretty quickly up front. But it looks really bad now. I will say that. Rick says McVay is staying in L.A. Will trade for Joe Burrow. It's like the
No.
NBA. If it's like the NBA, then they'll give LA a chance to get a big star.
Tell me who's going to coach him, and tell me who's going to play offensive line so he doesn't break an ankle again.
Yeah. Joe Burrow and Sean McVay. Oof. I mean, not that we're casting Matthew Stafford aside. He's had a pretty good season.
38 years old.
Yeah, but yeah, he's going to be moving on soon. Got a rookie you want to give confidence to? Put them up against the Todd Bowles D. Ain't that the truth? Never seen so many rookie quarterbacks have their way with a team. And that's not coincidence. It happens all the time. I think Todd's always going to default to let's sit back and let him make mistakes instead of let's get after him and make him make mistakes. That always seems the way it goes. What else we got here?
So, JP, if we did the NFC playoffs right now just by record, all right, the best teams, and again, tiebreakers, I don't have all that worked out, but Seahawks right now, after 16 games, 17 weeks, would be the number one seed at 13-3. 12-4 49ers.
Right.
And you have the 11-5 Rams, 11-5 Bears. All right, that's what? 1, 2, 3. That's 4 teams. Packers at 9-6 is 5. And then you get 2 more because we'll do 7. You'd have 3 teams fighting it out for the last seed between Vikings, Lions, and Panthers, fighting for the last playoff spot. How's that sound?
Better. Probably better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got here in the... Here's one from Revisionary Enterprises. Had we merely taken care of business when up multiple scores against Atlanta last night would be meaningless. Instead, the Bucs throw the ball all over the place up that much. Again, I'm losing context on that. What else we got? Bucs skull game and House said, you heard of everyone. Let's stop going to games and hurt the Glazers' pocket.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is most of the tickets are paid for up front.
Yeah.
They're all season tickets, and they're all having to renew those season tickets a season ahead of time.
Empty seats don't equate to unsold tickets all the time, like you might think.
Exactly. Yeah. Joel Forsman said they need Falcons to win out. Keep Raheem, keep Kirk at $57 million.
What's going on with that, by the way?
I would agree with that. This one says, how does Atlanta fix their D in one offseason, but Todd has been here 7 seasons and hasn't fixed anything? It's an interesting question. To have a defense that's ranked so low and has been against the pass almost every year he's been here is, again, it's another indictment. This is what you have to ask yourself as a Glazer. What has Todd done that deserves to be brought back and gives you hope for the future?
Even as a coordinator, not even just a head coach. Yeah.
Right. I mean, would you look at this defense and say, oh, it's heading in the right direction? No. And the fact that they've not put any, I think, real resources into getting a great edge rusher, is that all on Todd? How do I keep calling him Todd? Jason Light? My brain is just not working.
Todd Light.
Is that something that Todd is saying, hey, we'll get pressures other ways. I can come up with a different, and he has from a number standpoint. The sack numbers have always been good. But when do you, the last time I remember this defense being dominant was in the Super Bowl. I mean, since then, is it just, I could, maybe had some spots, but it's just a lot of nothing. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back on the other side. Tim May is going to join us to talk a little Ohio State, Miami. He's covered the Buckeyes for a long, long time. Esteemed journalist joining this show. Does he know what he's in for here, Timmy? Have you warned him?
He's been on before.
Have you warned him? Does he know what's going on here?
Hey, I had him in studio here in Dallas yesterday, so he ain't going to get worse than that. That's for dang sure.
Well, if he can do that, if he can stand the smell there, he'll certainly be able to do it here.
Definitely can.
All right. Quick break. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. It's end of the year. Time to do that insurance checkup, folks. It's real easy. Give them a call, 813-877-7799, and they will shop all your insurance around and find some companies that may be offering lower rates to get some more business here in Florida. Happens all the time. Let them do all the work. You save all the money. They'll make sure that you're fully insured as well. 40% of you are not fully insured for your homeowners. So, and you're not getting all the discounts that you are entitled to. So go with the experts, Italiano Insurance, get that great customer service and save some money. 813-877-7799. Back in 3. Holidays are the best time to get engaged because all the family's already together. And at the Golden Diamond Source, they have thousands of diamonds to choose from in their jewelry wonderland. Looking for a gift that says forever? Find stunning engagement rings, diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, the most stylish gold fashion jewelry. And there's plenty for men in their new men's section and watch department. There's something for everyone on your list. And don't settle for anything less than perfection. At the Golden Diamond Source, they make it easy to give a gift they'll never forget. They wrap it up nice for you. You don't have to do any of that, guys. And they have a great staff there. You may not know what to get your lovely wife or girlfriend, but they do. Let them do the work. Hey, finance your purchase for 0% interest for up to 5 years. You could get a $5,000 diamond for only $84 a month. Don't go to the mall. Go to a local company and keep it local this Christmas at the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
Some love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. JP here for Third Generation AC and Plumbing. And Third Generation really says it all, folks. The owner, my friend John Rodriguez, has been in the AC and plumbing business since 1995. They built their business on honest assessments and doing great work on time for a great price. Simple, right? Did you know many AC techs are incentivized on big commissions to sell new AC units and you might just need a drain cleared? So if you want someone you can trust, that's John Rodriguez and Third Generation Services. Check out the 5-star Google reviews. If you have a plumbing or AC emergency, call 813-961-8024 and a human will answer the phone. That's 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional sabuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite. I love it. So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right. Well, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this Tuesday as we get set for college football playoff games starting tomorrow night. And we got the Rely Quest Bowl coming up tomorrow. I'll be heading over there for that as well. Bucs media today, by the way. Baker Mayfield, Todd Bowles, and the players will meet the media today. I don't even know what to ask. What do you even ask at this point? You guys can put your questions in the comments. Maybe.
Yeah, because you don't want to piss anybody off.
No, it's just because really it's just a matter of going out and playing hard and winning a football game.
Which they haven't shown they can do back half of the season.
But they have any inclination to do whatsoever.
I mean, did you need any more motivation to play well than the playoff possibility? I mean, that right there, that should be all you need, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
you have a team in this situation play this lackluster football, it means the players have checked out. And they ain't coming back for the final game. Like somebody said.
Like why? Yeah.
The new 1-2-3 is 1-2-3 Cancun. Cancun on 3. 1-2-3
Cancun. God, it's bad. It is so bad.
Jamaica on 3. 1-2-3.
I mean, when you live in Tampa, do you really have to go anywhere else on vacation?
Not really. Yes, you do.
Fair enough.
It ain't as beautiful as it. Would I rather be on the beach in St. Pete or in the Bahamas?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Man, we went on this trip through the Caribbean, 7 different ports of call, and every time we got off the ship, we would go. First of all, I did research ahead of time where the best snorkeling was on each island, in Barbados and St. Thomas and all the different places, and not the commercial places. We wanted to go kind of off the grid. So when we got off the boat, I'd find a taxi driver that would take us to this said place. And boy, did we find some gems. We found some gems, just a beautiful, crystal clear water, little reefs to dive on. And, the fish, it was fantastic. The setting, really, really cool places to go. So yeah, I would definitely do a beach in the Caribbean, even though we love our beaches here in St. Pete. Love it. All right, let's go back to some of the comments. Tim Main's going to join us, by the way, at 11:30, and we'll talk a little Buckeyes, Miami. We'll talk a little Lightning here in this section as well. TJC22, hello to you, said it should have slapped everyone in the face if you scored 29.5 points per game and you finished 9-8. But hey, what do I know? That's surely
wow.
Yeah, that's a problem with the defense. Absolutely. Corey Fleming says, is winning worth losing the 12th overall pick and not even sure you're going to even make the playoffs versus losing and keeping the 12th pick and rebuilding your team? That's not even a question, Corey. I mean, you want the better draft pick. It's just the problem is it's really hard. I was going to say it's really hard for the players to turn it off. Well, clearly the Buccaneers have done that.
They've become adept at it.
But it's weird, like watching the Dolphins last week. Like those guys are playing hard. Look at our guys, and they don't even have anything to play for, and haven't for quite some time. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really. But yeah, obviously, the 12th overall pick. I think somebody said yesterday, if they lose this game, they could be as high as 9th or 10th in the draft. Whereas if they win it and get to the playoffs and maybe even win a game, I mean, I know that's crazy. Crazy talk, but it is the NFL. Anything can happen, right? They could be in the 20s, and when you're rebuilding a team, it's not just the first round, right? I mean, you're at 10, and then you're at what 42 instead of 62. Mm-hmm. It makes a huge difference. That's why there's parity in the NFL. These rules are set up to make bad teams better. And you got to take advantage of that when you have top picks. Now, if we get a top 10 pick, if they lose this week, if we get a top 10, 12 pick, and we don't use it on a freaking edge rusher, I don't even know what the hell's going on at that point.
I mean, I've heard somebody asked about Atlanta, how they turned their defense around so quick. They drafted well. They drafted pretty well last year.
Well, and again, I'll take a whiff on this. We were all laughing at them for giving away a first-round pick for James Pierce Jr.
Yeah.
He's got, 7 sacks?
How about that?
7 or 8 sacks, which is more than any Buccaneer has.
And it's not close.
Yeah, and we could have done the same thing.
Yeah, I sort of fell on the sword for Jason Light at the trade deadline, and I don't know, looking back, maybe that wasn't so smart, but we don't know what he tried to do. But you know what? You don't get graded on what you tried to do. You get graded on what you did. This is a results-driven business.
Yeah.
And the fact that you couldn't pull something off, regardless of the reason, that has to be taken into account. So I take everything back that I said after the trade deadline.
Yeah. Mea culpa. John Hill, good morning to you, said it is going to rain on Saturday, so the stands could be empty. I will be drinking in the West Club after the first
Why
quarter.
is everyone in Tampa afraid of rain?
Because you get wet.
Boggles my mind.
Who wants to sit in the stands and get rained?
So you'll miss a semi-professional football game because it's raining?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. A bunch of freaking softies out there in Florida. Bunch of
Like,
wusses.
I
Watch a game.
could go out for a little bit, put the poncho on.
Yeah, just put a poncho on.
But that poncho doesn't breathe and it sticks to you. It's gross.
Oh, my Lord. Y'all know how soft you sound right now.
Really soft. Really soft.
I don't want to go see the Rays. It's outside.
Yeah.
The weather's bad at 7 o'clock.
Steve Mike says Falcons are going to make an agreement with the Saints to let the Falcons win. Bucs will be out. Saints, any chance they get, will F the Bucs. Well, again, it's the Saints. They hate the Falcons more than they hate the Bucs, what I'm told. That's a better rivalry. So, and they certainly don't want to do the Panthers any favors. I think, honestly, I think the Saints-Falcons game will be way more competitive than the Bucs-Panthers. And better. It'll be better. I think. Fair?
You're probably right. Yeah, that's probably fair.
Nathan Elliott says, Tim Hamm, I will not be wearing a paper sack. I will be at the game, and I'll be rooting for my Buccaneers win or lose. The pain will be covered with lots of booze. win or lose, we booze.
The first part of that, you're in the minority, Nathan Elliott. That last sentence, though, you're probably right there with everybody else.
Revisionary Enterprises says, why is McDaniel at the Dolphins under such fire? He's won more as Miami coach than Todd has here. Does he have a better record than Todd Bowles? Mike McDaniel?
He would have to, right?
I don't know.
Overall?
Yeah.
Or just
overall, what's his head coaching record? Is it better than 34-33? Well, Todd's total record, like I said, Todd's total record, including the Jets, is 60-74. 60
Mike McDaniel is 35. Mike McDaniel is 35-34 in the regular season, 0-2 in the playoffs.
So they're about the same. 34
right
33
there.
Bowles
is
with
right
the
there
Bucs.
together.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all perspective, right? Context. All right, anything else on the comments that we want to get to? Here's one on head coaches. Reed, offensive-minded head coach. Arians, offensive standalone coach. Eagles have a standalone coach who does not call defense. Keep everything in front of you. We don't even do that. We play soft and still get chunk played. Greg Cruz says, can we set the Bucs season lowlights to the Benny Hill soundtrack? I think we can. Nathan says, I will say I do agree with the soft walkthrough practices are a problem. Rest the injured and work the healthy. Yeah. Richard Bolt says, LOL, JP saying that the O-line has a bunch of ham and eggers. Well, the ones they are now. Tristan Wirfs is certainly not. And Graham Barton is a first-round pick like that, who had a good year last year and has been sabotaged by the two guards beside him, in my opinion. And Gedecke's, in my opinion, top 5, top 8 tackle in this league.
Yeah.
All right, Meach McGee gave us a $5 super chat. He said, I really like Jason Light. I lost it. Where'd it go? See if you can find that super chat for me. There we go. It says, I really like Jason Light, but he really needs to pick defensive players like he picks his O-lineman. We have no Ryan Jensen or Luke Gedeke on defense. Yeah, we got no dogs on defense. Yeah. Corey Fleming asked this question. Does it feel like something changed after the bye week? Am I crazy? No. We've lost 7 of 8
Lost
games.
everything.
Or 6 or 7 after the bye week. No. And what did he do? He gave them the entire week off. And I know they're mandated 4 straight days off, but you could still bring them in for a few days and do stuff. And he gave them the whole week off, almost more than a week. Yeah. It does it all the time. He always defaults to resting the players. Always. Players love it.
And, you were talking about it
being mediocre. I don't think Mike Evans does.
You were talking about it earlier with special teams. When you played football, JP, was being put on special teams, that was a punishment. Like you had to, for the most part, if you're a starter and you played poorly, the coach would make you play special teams as a punishment. That's how it was here.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's old school.
Yeah, that is old school. And to me, that doesn't happen anymore enough, like in the pros. Dude, if you're going to suck in your coverage, Tyke Smith, if you're going to miss tackles, Tyke Smith, I don't know, he may already be on special teams, but I don't know. I just feel like guys don't get punished enough. Go run laps. Can you still run laps in practice? Can everybody watches you run laps?
Not with the Bucs. No, can't do that. No.
Jeez.
But I just thought that was interesting last night that Jared Verse is on kick block.
Hey, whatever it takes, JP.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's probably happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look where it got him. That was an amazing play, by the way. Lucky bounce, but an amazing play. And the fact that he was, I don't know, the little wave got me. That cracked me up to the sideline.
Yeah.
Thought that was great. I'm surprised he didn't get flagged for it.
As he ran down the field.
Yeah.
That was priceless. God,
I don't know how that's not a flag.
He played for Florida State. He was just waiting.
I know. Yeah. No, I know. I mean, I'm not saying it should, but in this soft NFL where everything's a flag, how is that not a flag?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. We have a nice young lady in the house. Hello, Balala Bell. Did I get that right?
How you doing?
We got to work at it. We got to try harder, she says.
That's accurate.
All right, I got to go back to her first statement. Said, LOL, they're convincing him that, hey, you only did a little bit of drugs. You could did more drugs. You were hanging out with a bad crowd, but it is what it is. What's she talking about? Did I miss something?
I haven't the slightest idea.
What the hell is she talking about? I got to figure this out. This is what happens when you go to the bottom of the
who are we talking about?
Here we go. I think this is the beginning of the thread. No.
Okay.
No, this is not the beginning of the thread. I have to figure this out now. Where's the beginning?
Here we go.
All right.
I think you're going down a wormhole here.
All right, hold on. No, I'm invested now. She says, if you can't live in a fantasy. If you love the team, you would want the best for the team. Yes, Nathan, that was for you. All right, here we go. So on the backs of that, if my husband wants to sit in an alley and smoke crack, am I going to go in the alley and watch them because I love him or hope that he gets the help he needs? I would say, hope you're not going to go watch that, are you?
I don't know. How good is the crack?
Yeah. Well, to that point, Revisionary Enterprises answers Bell. It says, if your husband is Todd Bowles, you have a PR team to remind everyone of the good you have done and to try and shame you out of demanding accountability. Yeah. So
Are
so
we
which-
implying that Todd Bowles smokes crack?
No, we're not. No, we're not. In any way, shape, or
No, I'm confused.
I think what she says, hey, you only did a little bit of drugs. You could have done more drugs. You were hanging out with a bad crowd, but you know it is what it is. Basically saying, right, that if Todd's basically got an entire PR team for everybody to make them feel better about, the Bucs are going to put out the positive stuff for sure.
Yeah.
But we know behind the scenes that there's cracks, probably poor choice of words. There's cracks in the armor, right? There's chinks in the armor. And you're not just going to support that as a fan. You're just not going to show up and blindly support it. And if you don't think it's right, you're going to say something about it. You're going to do an intervention, right? You got to do an intervention. So that's what I think that's what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're trying to do an intervention for the Glazers. Like, stop doing this. Michael LaRue says the Bucs are $8 million under the salary cap. They should have spent money on Josh Sweat. Bucs will be $40 million under the salary cap next year. Well, they got to go re-sign Luke Gedeke. Kate Otten, that was once a priority, is probably not. The fact that Baker has trailed off in the second half, that means that you don't have to extend him in this offseason.
Not if you don't want to, yeah.
So that's good.
But
you
got to ask yourself who are the better options.
All right. And I don't think there are. I don't think there are better options out there right now. Now, would I draft a quarterback?
Phillip Rivers is going to be available.
I saw
Cam Newton's bitching because he didn't get signed by somebody.
Oh my God. Did you see a Warren Sapp toast him?
Yes.
That was awesome.
Colin Kaepernick's available from what I hear.
That's the thing.
Cleveland might trade Shadur Sanders.
Yeah. As horses for courses says, Max Crosby is unhappy. Let's trade for him. Yeah, everybody's in that line, buddy.
He's coming to Dallas.
You think so?
Oh, that is the hot topic. Brian Flores will be Dallas's defensive coordinator next year, and Max Crosby will be in Dallas next year. That's like the big topics here.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take both of those.
Because he's number one. Oh, I would too. I mean, I think the Brian Flores thing is more likely, but
I wouldn't take him as a head coach, though.
No, as the DC. His contract in Minnesota is up, and they haven't extended him yet. I don't know why you wouldn't if you're sure you want him. Kevin O'Connell says that he wants him, but it's not really Kevin O'Connell's, decision. I mean, it is a little bit, but not at the grand scheme of things. I'd love that. I did a whole podcast on it yesterday. This morning. I'd love to have Brian Flores here as a DC.
Yeah, I would love him to be the DC here. Who wouldn't want him? Revisionary Enterprises says Evans and Brady saw pretty eye to eye on giving 100% and winning. Yeah, I think that's why Mike's body language is so bad right now. I think he sees that this whole team is checked out and he's pissed. And nobody's, I would say no. It's just the accountability is nil. Let's do this. Pete Scholes says Lightning game Saturday night looked like a hard-fought playoff game. Can we give some love for the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have won, 4 in a row now, including an ass whooping of the Panthers? And God bless Scott Sabourin, the way he took out, who was it, Mikula and a couple other Panthers on Saturday night. And all the boys. And Gensel getting up in there. They had killed off 10 of 11 penalties to win that game 4-2. They had 26 power. Was it 26? 26 penalties, which was a franchise record. And then they come out the next night on Sunday, play a wretched first period, but thanks to Jonas Johansson, it's 0-0. Then they get their legs, go up 3-0, give one back in the third, 3-1, get one back 20 seconds later, 4-1, and then give up 3 unanswered, including one with 3 seconds to go. When the net was empty for about 2 minutes, and the Bolts had the puck in the offensive zone for about 45 seconds and couldn't score. The empty netter to put it away. Just playing with their food. And Cooch had a couple of great opportunities. Cooch has this adverse reaction to empty net goals. I don't get it. He just always he'll pass to somebody else so they could score him. I don't know. It's some honor thing that he has. He just doesn't want to take empty net goals unless he absolutely has to.
There's a lot of guys like that. Yeah. Who try to pass those off.
It's admirable, except, come on. Yeah, let's get it right.
For a bunch of them, it's superstition too. Like they don't want to take it.
Yeah.
But look, in the Lightning, to their credit, they've won 4 in a row, but they're still so streaky, JP. After that 7-game winning streak they went on, they're still playing 500. But it's 4 losses, 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 wins. He's got to get some consistency this time of the season. You need to go on a couple of week tear where you win 3 out of 4 every cycle.
We won 7 in a row.
Yeah, you won 7 in a row, and since then you've lost 7 of 13. But it's all in streaks. 4 in a row.
4 in a row. Yeah.
You lose 4 in a row, you win 2, you lose 3, now you've won 4. I mean, it's just streaky. It's just questionable.
Yeah, I just feel like they've been playing really good hockey now. Even those games that they lost, they were playing good hockey. So I think since the start of the 7-game win streak, I think they've been really good. And even the games that they've lost, they played really good. They've only given up 2 goals. I think they lost 3 of those games, 2-1 or 3-2. So I think they played very consistently good hockey. And these young defensemen, Destu has been an incredible find. Santini has been great. Declan Carlisle's been great. Obviously, Darren Radish has gone from a healthy scratch to their highest scoring defenseman, and it's just absolutely been tremendous. JJ Moser is a plus 44 in his last 88 games since joining the Lightning, and that's I think 4th best overall in the league. And he just gets a contract extension. So these young defensemen are playing really, really, really well. So I'm and now Chernak is coming back for this West Coast road trip where they've got Anaheim, LA, and then I think San Jose. They've really built some depth on the defensive side now with these young defenders, and that's going to help them down the road. And Chernak coming back, I'm like, oh, who's coming out? Who's coming out? Don't screw it up when you get in there, because these kids are playing well.
Yeah,
really, really well. It's I'll be interested to see what they do on this road trip. And they're playing afternoon games, which is good for the most part as they go out west, because that helps the East Coast teams tremendously. So,
yep.
Yeah.
We'll take a break and bring Tim back on the other side.
Let's do that. A quick break. When we come back, Tim May will join us, and we're going to talk some Ohio State, Miami. Boy, is this a hell of a matchup, man. Historically, great storylines, and probably, I think, the most loaded rosters in the playoff. These two teams will
ready.
Absolutely replete with NFL players. So we'll chop it all up with Tim May. He's been covering Ohio State for a long, long time. So we'll get the best when we come back. Quick break. Stay with us. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. At Genesis of Tampa, they got some serious ho-ho-ho going on this Christmas. It's the Miracle Holiday Sales Event and their 30 Days of Giving. First, for any new vehicle in the month of December sold, first payment will be deferred 90 days, and then the dealership will make the first payment up to $500. That can save you a lot of cash that you can use for Christmas shopping. And every day in December, they're giving away a $500 shopping spree. All you got to do is have your car appraised, and you get an entry into the daily drawing for the $500 shopping spree. And every weekend day in December, customers simply need to stop by the dealership, scan the QR code, and they get an entry into the $500 shopping spree contest. No purchase necessary. Test drive a vehicle, and we will 10x your entry into the shopping spree. Christmas and New Year's Eve, each holiday, if a customer books a test drive for the specified day, they will receive a themed t-shirt, limited edition, as well as an additional $250 off the purchase price. Bottom line is, get your butt and your sleigh down to Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off 275. It's going to be a big Christmas at Genesis of Tampa. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. You know, holidays are the best time to get engaged because all the family's already together. And at the Golden Diamond Source, they have thousands of diamonds to choose from in their jewelry wonderland. Looking for a gift that says forever? Find stunning engagement rings, diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, the most stylish gold fashion jewelry. And there's plenty for men in their new men's section and watch department. There's something for everyone on your list. And don't settle for anything less than perfection. At the Golden Diamond Source, they make it easy to give a gift they'll never forget. They wrap it up nice for you. You don't have to do any of that, guys. And they have a great staff there. You may not know what to get your lovely wife or girlfriend, but they do. Let them do the work. Hey, finance your purchase for 0% interest for up to 5 years. You could get a $5,000 diamond for only $84 a month. Don't go to the mall. Go to a local company and keep it local this Christmas at the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
Some love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, think about the greatest tandems in sports. Montana to Rice, Brady to Gronk, Baker to Mike Evans. Well, here's a new one. Third-generation plumbing and American Standard heating and cooling units. Our split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. Third-generation plumbing can handle anything mechanical around the house, plumbing, AC, whatever, and they install the best American Standard heating and cooling units. Built to last, made to perform. Whether it's a new install or an emergency repair, our family-owned team brings 3 generations of trusted service to your home, now with the unmatched reliability of American Standard heating and cooling. So don't wait for the summer heat to return. We've got you covered. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard Heating and Cooling, 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024, or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Cafe Paradiso. If you're looking for a great place to have a great holiday meal, it's Cafe Paradiso, the best traditional Italian in all of Tampa Bay. So says the readers at Open Table. They voted it the third best restaurant in all of Tampa Bay. Go see why. Get a reservation at Open Table and go see my good friend Pallottini at Cafe Paradiso and get the best lasagna. The chicken marsala is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's all great there. Go see him over at Cafe Paradiso. All right, let's welcome in the man, the legend, Timm May. You can see and hear the Timm May Show on FanStreamSports.com. He's been covering them Buckeyes for 42 years for the Columbus Dispatch. What's up, Timm? How are you?
Stock market, I hope, is up. I'm doing great. I haven't been with the Dispatch for going on 7 years now, and tired. And then I got dragged back into this, and then I quit again after last year's national championship run, and got dragged back into it by Tim Hamm and John Gerber and all these other guys. So here I am, brother.
I could tell you were unhappy in retirement, so we had to go get you.
Yes, exactly.
You had way too much time for golf.
Look at you now at the Cotton Bowl. Ohio State, Miami. It's like 20 years ago, all over again. NFL players running all over these teams.
Yep.
This is going to be one hell of a matchup. And there won't be some official in the back saving Ohio State this time with some flag. They're going to have to go out.
Don't go there. You go there if you want to. But that was, the game should have been over. The game should have been over before that flag ever happened. Ohio State had a great play. Chris Gamble that Chris Gamble was interfered on. Same guy that got interfered with at the goal line, and with a little over 2 minutes left, and then he also made a great catch on the sideline. If there had been replay in vogue, then Ohio State would have run out the clock, and it would never got to overtime.
See that, Miami Hurricane fans? Take that.
Exactly.
That. Bitching and
Exactly.
moaning.
They're living in what's the opposite of a fantasy world where you're continually always
South Miami.
You're always saying what could have been, like, the Confederates. What if we'd won Gettysburg? Well, you didn't, right? Right?
Wait, aren't you from Texas? Wait a minute now.
I was born in Alabama, raised in Texas, but I know reality. The same day, Gettysburg and Vicksburg fell, and then the thing still didn't get over for another 2 years.
Nobody got the memo.
Nobody got the memo.
Exactly. There were no memos back then.
So Tim, Miami's coming off of a hard-fought game, at least offensively, with the Aggies there at Kyle Field. Did not turn out the way I put money on or thought it would.
Well, the wind was blowing, baby.
It was a hard-fought game. I don't know what they learned about themselves, if anything, in that game. But Ohio State has not played a game since the Indiana loss. What was that, December 6th? So they've had a significant time off here.
Yep.
Does that time off favor one team or the other here in this thing, in your estimation?
We're not going to know that till like 10:30, 11 o'clock
right.
tomorrow night. Seriously, you would think. Ryan Day has made a major point of finding ways to keep this team sharp, but you still don't know. It's like I was talking with a couple of the players yesterday about that thing, and it's like, they're going against, they think, the best defense in the country every day in practice, but that's still sort of your buddy across.
Uh-oh.
He froze him.
Uh-oh. I think that was a really good point, too.
Yeah, I was waiting for the end of that. We're waiting for the payoff.
Tim, if you can hear us, you're frozen.
I don't know if he can. He's gone.
I pulled him out. We'll bring him back.
Bring him back in. Yeah. You pulled him out and you brought him back in, just like his show.
See?
He was out, and then we dragged him back in for times like this, though. We got to know what's going on.
Yeah, and he's in tune with all of the players. I produce his show for FanStream Sports Ohio, and out of an hour and a half show, there he is. I think he's back now.
I have no idea what happened.
It's called the internet.
It's called AT&T Stadium.
The intermittent net is what this is. The intermittent net.
Yeah.
Are you at Las Colinas at the media center? You're not at the stadium right now, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting pretty good Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm at Las Colinas.
Yeah.
And they've got these designated areas where you can sit with a backdrop behind you, which is what I found. But I guess the internet, the intermittent net gives you problems. Can you hear me okay now? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
All right.
So continue with your point. Yeah, you were making a really good
point. The iron
point.
bars are hot. Go ahead.
Repeat your question, Tim.
Yeah.
So we don't know who the layoff of Ohio State will give an advantage to.
Correct.
For this, but what are you said Ryan Day has addressed this with the players. What have the players been saying?
Well, they think they've been staying sharp, and like the offensive guys, offensive linemen, talking about going best defensive front in the country in their opinion, day in practice. But as I alluded to, I don't know where I got cut off then, but going against your guy who you may go have a hamburger with in 2 hours, and the guy who wants to beat you up, two different dynamics. And so we'll see how sharp they have stayed, I guess is the best way of putting it.
Tim, this defense of Ohio State is ridiculous. I'm doing this deep dive. And, of course, I want to go to the Cardwell. How many great quarterbacks did they play against this year? I don't think it matters when the numbers are like this. 8.2 points per game is what they're giving up. Matt Patricia obviously has brought a whole different level of NFL edge to this defense to go along with the NFL players that he has. And, I think A&M's defense was good, but I don't think Miami has seen anything like this, what they're going to see on New Year's Eve. Talk a little bit about that matchup. Carson Beck, that explosive Miami offense with a great offensive line against this great Ohio State defense.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we saw Miami's offense play, it wasn't exactly a juggernaut. I mean, they mustered a touchdown drive finally in the fourth quarter and beat Texas A&M. But like I said, that was who knows what that game meant with the wind blowing the way it was there at Kyle Field, and either offense could really throw the ball like they wanted to. But yeah, they finally got Mark Fletcher launched. Mark Fletcher launched himself a couple of times, which was huge. And then of course Malachi Toney, that's one of the great jet sweeps cut ups you're ever going to see for that lone touchdown. So neither one of these in their last outing really wowed you with their offense, as I would say. And I think Indiana's defense is for real, big time. Alabama may or may not find that out on Thursday. But Ohio State has played well offensively most of the year. It's been very methodical, calculated. Ryan Day has tried to run fewer plays, not more plays. They've rarely gotten into tempo and stuff because he wanted to keep guys as fresh as possible for the postseason run. And like I said, there are a lot of unknowns going into this one. How Ohio State's offensive line will match up against Miami's defensive front, highly touted defensive front. Reuben Bain in the gang, as I like to call them. Then how will Miami's defensive front match up against Ohio State's offensive front, which had problems in his last outing against Indiana, a team that liked to run a lot of stunts, a lot of games up front, show six guys and rush four, but you didn't know which four were coming until the rush. Things like that. Miami hasn't really been that kind of defense. So, but you got to figure they're going to incorporate some of those things, right?
Yeah.
Which can make for an ugly looking game, but can also set you up for a big play in terms of either you making one or giving one up. So, that little cat and mouse. It looks like Gabe Van Sickle's going to start at right guard for Ohio State. His first start with Tegra Shabola banged up. And how's he going to hold up? We actually played really well against Indiana. So, and when he went in for Shabola, so there's a matchup to watch out for in the interior of the trench warfare. On the edges, Ohio State's tackle is going to be able to handle those incredibly talented Miami defensive ends. We got to watch that on Thursday night. I mean, on Wednesday night, just to see for ourselves, right? Sometimes a guy looks pretty damn good against one guy, and the other guy has his number. So I don't mean to qualify everything, but that is absolute truth.
Sure. Now, Ohio State obviously coming into the season defending national champs. They go the entire regular season undefeated, literally dominating everybody. And then you go into the Big Ten title game against Indiana, a team on the rise, Heisman Trophy winner. Was that a letdown for this team? I know obviously they expected to win, but, letdowns can affect teams differently, inside the head, especially as you prepare for the playoffs, because there's a bigger picture at play here for them. And I would imagine Ryan Day had a little something to do with keeping those guys focused on the big picture goal and not letting the Indiana loss screw with them too much.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was his only option. Number one. Number two, I mean, one more touchdown by Ohio State changes everything in that game. Yep. I keep reminding, Indiana only scored one touchdown, right? But kicked 2 field goals. Ohio State scored 1 and kicked 1. So that was a nutshell. Number two, Ohio State was inside the 10-yard line 2 different occasions or drives in that game. And in both of them, they came away with 0 points.
Right.
Do the math, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have games like that where every scoring opportunity is precious. And Ohio State really hasn't had that kind of challenge. Even going back to the Texas game, Ohio State got out 14-0, had a redshirt freshman starting at quarterback for the first time. They weren't going to put things in jeopardy. They left it up to the defense finally in the fourth quarter. And, Texas did get a touchdown, but then didn't get that second touchdown. So we've seen Ohio State push to the brink really just one time this year, and that was against Indiana. And like I said, they drove the ball down the field and had shots there near the end of regulation to score a touchdown and win the game, or to kick a field goal, and they miss a 27-yard field goal. So I don't know what kind of indictment that is about anything. Just
Yeah.
nobody's perfect, so to speak, but
Right.
they feel like they've got some things straightened out. I know the offensive line really went back to work in terms of getting snookered. Whenever somebody beats you with a certain kind of technique, et cetera,
Mm-hmm.
to make sure you address that. And they say they have addressed it because Miami, like we said a while ago, Miami's going to try some of that stuff. Why not?
Yeah.
Even though that's not their usual MO. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Ohio State's used to scoring more than 10 points. Let's just put it that way. And so I think they're going into this game thinking they could score more than 10, but you still got to do it.
Yeah. All right, Tim, give me
Real
a pick
quick,
here.
by the way. The interesting thing is I think the Miami over-under is what, 14.5?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And then Ohio State's is like 23.5 or something like that, which don't even add up to what they say the spread is, or what they say the over-under is. Somebody's doing some wicked math out there in Vegas, that's for sure.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I when you look at this Ohio State defense, and then you look at Miami's weapons, but against good teams, Miami has struggled offensively.
Correct.
And that's what really kind of piques my interest. To me, Miami has to come up with at least 2 turnovers to win this game, and that's going to come on a sack fumble likely, or a pressure of Julian's of saying to make him throw a bad pick. That isn't something that he's been known for. Complete 78% of his passes.
Yeah.
The ball's not hitting the ground a lot.
It's one pick every other game, although he's had 2 straight, games with a pick in the basically the beginning of the game. So that he needs to play a good game. So does Carson Beck, And the thing I like to say about Carson Beck, and I don't mean it mean, he's going to throw it to you at least a couple of times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You take advantage of that, That's the big question. I remember thinking the same thing about Chris Leak when Ohio State played Florida back in 2006, because Chris Leak was known for throwing it to the other team at least a couple of times. Well, he didn't in that game. He threw it away, and he hadn't been doing that. So, but yeah, the thing with Beck is he's much more. It's kind of like standing there for you if you can get penetration, if you can get into the pocket, much a Statue of Liberty kind of looking dude than Fernando Mendoza was. And Fernando Mendoza was able to avoid the rush a few key times, which kept drives alive, plays alive. He was helped, though, that Indiana was getting away with some outrageous holds up front. We'll see if the officials for this game, and I don't know what conference the officials are coming from. I haven't found that out yet, but we'll see if they let games like that ensue. If they do, it could be an interesting game.
Well, you better hope they're ACC officials, Tim, because ACC officials hate Miami, they hate Florida State, and they hate Clemson. And they'll do anything they can to make them lose, even in a game against
just about like 9/10 of the rest of the world.
Right.
Exactly.
Finally, Tim, before we let you go, JP and I are in NFL cities right now that are going to be probably, hopefully, looking for new defensive coordinators next year.
Yeah.
Has there been any buzz around Columbus about a fear of maybe Matt Patricia bolting back to the NFL this year, or even as a head coach possibly?
There's been a little bit, but not as much as I would think there would be. Who knows? This time a year ago, he was out of a job and nobody in the NFL wanted him, right?
That's crazy.
And really, a hook or crook, Ryan Day ended up with him. Ryan Day's always liked him, always admired him, but thought he was out of reach. You would think after a year or two sabbatical, somebody would have snapped him back up. But I'm telling you, the guy is brilliant. And he's the reputation he gained in Detroit with the media and stuff. That's weird because I'm telling you, he's one of the great guys I've ever dealt with from an assistant coaching standpoint. Personable. He listens to you. You can tell he's thinking a lot. He keeps that pencil behind his ear. It became a habit for him. And Now it's a trademark, but he didn't care. He's always got something to write down, right? And plus, he loves aviation just like I do.
Nice.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, Tim. You got a pick? You're picking Ohio State, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people would if you really look at this game and study it, because you can say who's Ohio State beat, but who's Miami really beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Texas A&M, yeah, but Texas A&M, they Mother Nature helped them with Texas A&M to a certain extent. But I could see Ohio State's something like 27-13.
Wow, there you go.
I like it. All right, Tim.
Let me say this, guys: if Ohio State can protect, there's going to be stuff for them to get to in the secondary against Miami. And plus, Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith are both basically 100%. They haven't been that way for together for 5 games now. So they feel really good about that aspect of it. So protection of Julian saying is paramount.
Yeah, I like Ohio State in this game. I don't think Miami is. They've got a lot of good players. I just don't think that they will play as cohesively as they need to play against Ohio State.
And I think Ohio State has a coaching edge for sure.
Absolutely.
And that matters.
Yeah. One thing about Miami's offense coordinator, I really like him. Except I really like the idea of you practice trick plays. Okay, we got to run them sometime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they got to ruin a couple of drives against Texas A&M where they said, hey, let's run this gadget. When in fact they were moving the ball.
Yeah.
That always
the damn ball.
Kind of bums you out when you're moving it conventionally and you go to your A-bomb anyway, and then the A-bomb blows up in the plane. That's not good. That's not
really
good.
bad coaching. No, I completely agree with that. They're over their skis in this one. So take care of business, Ohio State, and send Miami packing. I won't be hurt at all. All right,
Tim, I'll see you later this afternoon, brother, for a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, man.
Thank you, Tim.
Absolutely, fellas.
At Tim_May Sports, and you can watch the show at fanstreamsports.com each and every day. So check it out. One of the great family of honored and distinguished journalists here at fanstreamsports.com.
Yeah. How about that insight, man?
Yeah, that was really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I love how he just went right back to that Miami game, 2003. He's like,
man, that has been a topic on that network for all month.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Of course, it should be. You remember that flag came in so late, and those Miami Hurricane fans lost their ever freaking minds. But they don't forget. They forget about what happened before it.
And the other thing is the players that are playing weren't even born yet when that game happened, right?
I know.
Guys our age, obviously, we go right to that,
But that's what's one of the great things about college football. It's the traditions and the history of the game. I mean, we do talk about historic rivalries in the NFL, but not like we do in college. Nope. And historic games that you always remember and a play like that. I mean, it just for some reason, you remember the Texas USC Rose Bowl and Vince Young. I mean, those plays. And Kelvin Benjamin stretching for the Jameis Winston pass to beat Auburn. I mean, those moments seem to linger more in college football. But of course, here we go destroying.
Well, because I think fans of college football are more loyal than fans of professional football.
Yeah.
Overall, I believe that to be true.
All right, Tim, we have a situation developing in the chat.
Oh, no. Are we fighting again?
No, not really. But I love the way you guys – no, they're not fighting, which is good. But
all right.
Bell seems to have taken over the chat.
All right.
The boys are very intrigued with Bell. And they've gone back and forth about Todd Bowles and the Glazers, which she is now calling the Glaciers because they move too slowly. Kind of like that. That's next level.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Glaciers.
Let's call them the Glaciers because they move too slowly. And I would say, yeah. They didn't make the move last year when they could have with Liam Cohen because they move at a glacier pace.
Again, I still think they thought they had Liam Cohen. So
I do too. Yeah. But old Shad Khan, Mr.
Wheeling and dealing.
Mr. Handlebar Mustache. Gotcha, Glazers.
I'd do one of those this winter.
Yeah. Does that come? Was that the moment?
I think so.
Did the Glaciers move too slowly and not jump on Liam Cohen when they should have.
I think they put too much faith in Todd. That's the problem.
They're not watching this show as much as they should, clearly.
I think they are. Everyone does.
Come on now. All right. So anyway, welcome in, Bell. Thanks for getting the boys all juiced up here today. That's good. But we're very respectful, so I love that. Sometimes the boys, when left alone, Bell, get a little nasty with each other, and we have to reprimand them as usual. Because that's what boys will do. But as long as you're in here, it seems like they're being well behaved. I like that.
JP, do you want to fill everyone in, including me, about our schedule the rest of the week?
How the hell would I know our schedule for the rest of the week?
Well, somebody's got to know our schedule.
Well, here's a question. So last year, was it last year? I think it was last year where we went over to the ReliQuest Bowl and did the whole show from the sideline. Pregame.
You did.
Yeah. So we could do that tomorrow if you like for Vanderbilt and Iowa.
Be a good one.
Maybe we'll get Diego Pavia to come on over and say hello to the folks.
All right. What about Thursday, New Year's Day? Are we all drinking?
I think we take New Year's Day off, right?
Okay.
After a long New Year's Eve.
I'm with you.
And then we got games starting at noon, right? So nobody's going to be watching this show. You guys are going to be, watching College Game Day, just like me.
They're going to be pre-gaming like us, yeah.
Right. All right. So let's do a show tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll either be in studio or out on the sideline, which I think I'm kind of more prone to.
If you do the show out on the sideline, I'll do the show on my end from my backyard, and it'll look like I'm on a sideline somewhere.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah, I think you might want to rethink that.
It might have been a bad idea. Damn it!
Think that. I don't know. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow morning? It's going to be chilly, probably here. Yeah.
Probably so.
I'll have to wear a parka on the sideline.
It's supposed to rain.
Do I have
supposed to rain tomorrow?
Well, if it's raining, then this was going inside. I can't do it in the rain. It's going to rain Saturday, but I don't know about tomorrow morning.
Forecast. Let's see, JP. Tuesday. Let's see, Wednesday. Oh, it's tomorrow. Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yes, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Low of 40 in Tampa, but sunny, no rain.
Yeah. Okay.
So
anybody voting? Do we have any votes here for sideline or studio tomorrow? Anybody care? Nobody cares. Never had a chance that I initially thought Belle was AI with that glamour shot pick that she's got.
I kind of thought the same thing for a minute.
$4.99 super chat. Thank you, Adam Harrell, who says, get rid of divisions, go to 18-game season, have every team in conference play each other, play 3 non-conference games, and top 7 go to the playoffs.
Is this the NFL?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I don't like getting rid of the division rivalries, though.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Because it gives it a little bit of a collegiate regional feel.
Yeah.
I don't have a huge problem with the NFL playoff the way it is. I think winning a division should be important. I think this is an anomaly, what we've seen in the NFC South. Of course, if I was sitting here with a 12-win team looking at the NFC South, I'd be like, this is shit. So, I mean,
well, and the fact that they can get a home playoff game, though.
Yeah, that's really weird.
That seems weird to me.
That seems weird. Yeah, if you're going to get in, you need to be the last seed.
Yeah.
100%. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Aviation says, any bowl picks for this weekend? I got them. I got them all for you, kids. I'll tell you where my money's going.
Well, you want to do that tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do that tomorrow.
Save that for tomorrow.
All right, we'll save that till tomorrow. We'll. I said I think there's some good opportunities for wagering. Although I was laughing last night because I went and had a little free play money, and I said, let me just throw a little bit on the Rams tonight. They'll get back to it tonight, of course. It's like, this is the first time all season that the Rams have been down by 14 points. This is the first time all season the Falcons have been up by 14. This is the first time all season the Falcons have had a 21-0. This is the first. Trust me, when I bet on something, it's the first time anything's going to happen.
All the firsts.
are all the first. Yeah. So I am the cursed.
Did you have money on the Falcons in that Super Bowl? Was that 51?
Did I have money on the Falcons?
Did you bet on the Falcons or the Patriots in that Super Bowl?
I think, as I recall, I think I had money. I think I didn't have a lot of money, but I think I had money on the Falcons.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so it's your fault.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
City of Atlanta can thank you.
Yeah. Although I think they covered. I think they covered in that game.
That's
Maybe.
true, yeah.
They probably covered. I don't know.
It was a 3. Yeah, 3. Was it?
Yeah.
It was overtime. It was overtime, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was OT. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for the comments. Belle, thank you for jumping in. She says, JP, I'm not AI and glaciers to block.
Glaciers to block. I love it.
Glaciers to block. Yeah, I think it's
love
great.
it.
I think we're definitely going to use that. That will become a staple on this show. The glaciers. Too slow to move. Yes. Appreciate you jumping in here. All right, guys, have a great day. We will see you tomorrow from the sidelines at the ReliaQuest Bowl.